Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Great Day Houston. Okay, that is DJ Damon, and he played New York, New York for Ziggy Gruber. Good morning, Ziggy.
Good morning.
Yeah.
Thank you.
In fact, you're from New York, and your grandfather had the first deli on Broadway?
Yes, he did.
It's very cool. And you grew up in the deli business.
All my life. I've been surrounded by pickles and pastrami all my life.
Yeah. Okay, so they say that New York never sleeps, right?
Correct.
Okay, well, neither does Damon. And Damon, you once did a wedding reception that lasted how long?
Yes, Deborah, it was 8 hours nonstop.
8 hours nonstop.
8-hour wedding reception.
Did they pay extra?
Yes, they did, but my feet were killing me for about 2 days afterwards.
All right, okay. And okay, so speaking of big things, what was the biggest thing you ever catered?
The biggest thing I ever catered was about 30 years ago. I did it for West Point. I did the Rosh Hashanah High Holy Days. I did all the food for the soldiers and the cadets over there.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy. All right. By the way, as I mentioned, this is Ziggy from Kenny and Ziggy's. Have y'all been there? An amazing, amazing deli that you have there. Okay, so I mentioned you growing up in the business. Sometimes people grow up in the business and they want to get so far away from it when it comes career-wise. And did you just grow up and melt into it?
I always wanted to be in the business because I like to be surrounded by family. My father didn't want me in the business, but I didn't listen to him. I wanted to embrace it, and I love being around my grandfather and my grandmother and everything. That is me.
Oh, that is so cute. Okay, you actually helped create something that's pretty cool. So we know we have like restaurant waste and stuff like that, but there's all kinds of ways that we can raise money through food.
Sure.
And you have, it's National Deli Month right now. August is National Deli Month.
We did. We started that because we wanted to bring attention to the culture and the great food of the New York Jewish style delicatessen. And we, across the country, with about 30 other delicatessens, have all decided to come up with our own charities and menus and showcase what we do and give back to our community.
Okay. Looking at your food here, okay, this is where New York meets Texas, right?
Yes.
Because it's Texas-sized portions. Look at this food here. When you go into Kenny and Ziggy's, nothing small.
Well, you know, God forbid anyone should leave my place and they were still hungry. I would never sleep at night.
Right.
So that's why I make sure my portions. Remember, when you come into my place, it's like coming into my home.
Yeah.
You know, we're not a restaurant. We're your home away from home.
And that is exactly how it feels. With that said, we know a lot of people struggle to basically put that meal on the table, right?
Correct.
And so KHOU 11 is taking part in a food drive for the Houston Area Food Bank.
Right.
And so the things that they get from the food bank, sometimes people will get stuff and they'll go home and say, okay, now what do I do with this? And how do I stretch it? And a lot of folk food is based on how we're able to stretch things.
Correct. And a lot of people on these food drives, as you know, people bring canned goods and they bring, you know, pasta and other products like that. So we decided to come up and they said, what is one of the best things to do? One of the quickest things and most nutritional things to do is a kugel.
Yes.
So a kugel is a mixture of everything. They can be sweet and they can be savory. So we're going to make a savory one.
So you could have it for dinner and then all of a sudden have it for dessert, right?
Absolutely. And I brought a sweet one over there for you to try, but we're going to make a savory one right now.
Okay.
Okay, so if you want, we can do like this. I'm going to bring some caramelized onion.
It's like a noodle lasagna.
It is, basically it is. You know, and we're going to bring some fresh spinach, and we have some egg noodles, like so. And I broke up some eggs over here. Again, very simple, as you can see. You don't have to be a genius.
Yeah, but you get your vegetables in there.
Right.
You get your
we got a season. I have some
carbs
garlic oil. I have some salt.
protein.
I have some pepper. And a little half and half or milk. It depends how healthy or not healthy you want to get.
Well, look, but the whole thing is, the milk that you poured in there, when it comes to your serving size, it's not that much. But you get your vitamin D, you get a little bit of protein in there as well. Right. And the great thing about this too is it's almost like a blank canvas. So the ingredients you put in here, you can go in and out with so many different things.
You can get as creative as you want.
Whatever.
Anything you want. That you're 100%. It is a blank canvas. And then what we're going to do is just scoop it up. This is basically, we have a pie dish here that we spray with a little pan, okay? And then you just put it in like so, okay? And then, hold on, and pour the rest in there, okay? Simple. Again, not rocket science. Okay, we're gonna put that in the oven.
All right, well,
Like
you
so.
do that. I'm going to move this out of the way because I'm one of those people who always has to clean up the kitchen as somebody's cooking. And through the magic of television.
The magic of television. We have one of those, and if you want to take a spoon or a fork, it's up to you. As you can see, it's very easy to cut like that.
Almost quiche-ish, isn't it?
It is. It is.
I don't know if quiche is really an adjective, but it's like, okay, and
like so.
And here's the deal. I had the sweet one.
Yes.
Totally different. You'd think you'd have two completely different meals here, but it's so good.
See, and that's we make for the holidays. We make carrot. What do you call it? Kugels. We make vegetable kugels. We make sweet potato kugels for Thanksgiving. We make all different types, and you're right. It's a blank canvas, and you can do anything you want. And on top of it, for people that are trying to stretch the budget a little bit, it is a very economical thing to make.
You clean out the refrigerator. I mean, this is how I grew
up.
My parents were just like, we go, what's for dinner? And my mom go, hold on. She opened the refrigerator, and it would be like, we are having a blah, 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 blah. It's like, what is that, Mom? So it's a one-of-a-kind dish, right?
Right. Well, you know, Jewish food is peasant food. I mean, that's what it is.
And we all have it in all of our cultures.
And all of us stuff. Now, unfortunately, these peasant foods have risen now, and now people consider them esoteric and luxurious. But the reality is, it's based on the means of just trying to survive and make something economically for your family.
All right, so I'm looking at this. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Right.
I taste the seasonings in here, and I'm thinking this is one of those things that the next day is even more better.
It is. Absolutely. Absolutely. Because then that garlic and everything else just sets in there.
You're giving me all these ideas. Does this freeze well?
Unbelievably well, yes.
I'm thinking like you can have like individual portions made, and that way your kids have them for lunch or after school.
For catering jobs, we make little cupcake size kugels. So we have little cupcakes.
See, I am onto something here. You might want to hire me.
Absolutely. Anytime. You would be fabulous.
All right. Give us an idea of, if you have not been, of what that, my son loves it, because you're right. It feels like you're with family. You meet strangers, but you feel like you know them.
Right.
You feel like we're at your table.
Sure.
And then how the delicatessen is set up, because there's the restaurant part, but then there's actually the deli as well.
Well, we have all the delicatessen stuff. Look, we are the largest purveyors of smoked fish outside of New York. So you can get different types of smoked salmon. We have sable, sturgeon, herring, all different types of dishes and different types of salads. We have our corned beef and pastrami, which we make ourselves. We have all of our other meats. We roast everything off in the store. This isn't like deli products that you go to another deli that's all, processed and everything else.
Right, kosher?
Yeah, well, we're not kosher.
Okay.
We're not kosher, but what was it? A lot of items we buy are kosher, but because we serve dairy and we also serve meat, and we do not change our pots and pans, we're deemed not kosher.
Okay, all right, but it's good stuff.
But it's good stuff. I mean, look, when you're eating turkey, you're eating turkey. When you're eating roast beef, you're eating roast beef. And it's only prime and USDA
and you
choice.
can taste it too. That's like you can taste the difference when I go there.
Absolutely.
So I'll bite into something and go, oh yeah, okay, this is the real deal right here.
Absolutely.
All right, and then you have the Wall of Fame.
Oh, yes. Well, a lot of those people that you see on the walls and stuff like that were customers of my family's. They're from anywhere from Broadway, and I had a store on Sunset Boulevard in Los Angeles, as well as here in Houston.
Yeah, because you see a lot of famous people on the walls. Like, Ziggy, you know those people?
Yeah, you know, I mean, look, when you're in this business, the best thing about a delicatessen store is it's one of the places, one of the few unique restaurants where you can have a person like, one of my biggest fans is Shelley Adelson from what do you call it, the Venetian. And he's a very wealthy man, right? And then you can have somebody that's just a school teacher or some other CEO. It's great. A student, it just levels the whole playing field, which is great because everyone is treated the same. No one is treated any better or any worse. It's a level playing field.
And that's what food does. It brings us all around the table. All right, you can find more information on Chef Ziggy and Kenny and Ziggy's New York Delicatessen at greatdayhouston.com. Also, KHOU is asking you to help us stand against hunger. Our goal is to collect enough food and cash donations to provide 125,000 meals for Houston area children. Text KHOU food to 41 444 to donate. 41 444 to donate. You can also help fill a 26-foot truck from the Houston Food Bank. Tomorrow, you can drop off non-perishable food items at the KHOU studios located at 5718 Westheimer. You can do that from 6 in the morning until 7 p.m. Thanks again.